the kind of knowledge you have access to, very few people are even familiar with it. You're like in the top 1%. This is someone who has access to like the Akashic records, the Emerald tablets, ancient Sumerian texts, Mayan codices, like things that people do not even comprehend or understand. And you managed to find all this out on your own. You managed to solve mysteries and codes of the universe, 10101, finding hidden truth and discovering things about the world, which God has taken notice of this and is going to put you in a leadership position in the future, because you are going to lead the next generation of children, helping children have their heart chakra open, helping children fight off abuse, bullying, fight off oppression, suppression from other figures in their life. And you've like been playing poker with these individuals and overcoming a lot of things through the knowledge that you've gained. And some sort of dream that you have is going to come true. This may be your most far-fetched dream, but the scales are going to balance, and everything that you put out into the world will be reciprocated. It just may not be by who you think is going to reciprocate it. So be open to possibilities and have hope, because you could quantum jump. Your life could change overnight, and you know this. So be open to possibilities, because right now you may be in the rebirth stage, in the transitional phase, where you're just about to move into the next chapter of your life. And because you have made changes in yourself, not only are you changing yourself, but you're changing the world. And you're being crowned for all the work that you're doing for humanity. And you may have access to some lost city. Maybe in your past life, you were connected to Atlantis, Lemuria, something that involves a civilization being wiped out because of the knowledge, the wisdom, and the power that they had, the power that the system's trying to strip from humanity. But because you've been putting work into yourself and loving yourself and taking care of yourself, you're very passionate about what you do and what you believe in and your morals and your values. And some of you are heavily focused on career, financial things, but just know you're going to be happy in this lifetime overall because you're doing the work. And some of you are either going to be world renowned through the internet or international travelers through whatever skill this may be. And this skill that you have is going to put you in a leadership role and position. And it's part of being the crone. So some of you are crones, like precogs, oracles, people that already know how the world is going to transcend. And by loving yourself, taking care of yourself, self-love, self-admiration, being forced towards self and actually putting in that energy, it's helped you transcend. Like, you are one. You're somebody that's also fighting. You're a fighter. You're a soldier, maybe a rebel in some way. And a lot of the reasons why you do get attacked, it's because you have access to this knowledge, and you could essentially trigger human beings having an ascension phase by spreading this knowledge and these prophecies and sharing these secrets that you figured out long ago. Some of you have been sitting on information for decades. If you're that, some of you have reincarnated. This may be your 7th incarnation, and this is why life is easy to you in comparison to other people. Yes, you go through your trials and your tribulations just like everyone else, but people have noticed the distinction and the contrast between you and them. And it's not even about comparison. It's about being chosen. You're one of the chosen. A lot of people are called, but few are chosen. And because of the fact that you have shine a light on what needs to be spread as far as knowledge, with all these secrets and all this wisdom that you have, it's only a matter of time before you are in a position or role where you're sharing that with humanity. If you decide to do that, it's always a choice. Everything is free will in this life. But just know that everything's going to be balanced, and remain on your path. Keep doing what you've been doing, because it's getting you places. You're leveling up in major ways, like crossing through timelines in like days. That's why people like look at you weird, and everyone's acting weird, and everything feels weird, because it is weird. Everyone's like in a different vibration, because you're changing yourself vibration wise, frequency wise. Some people are either staying low, or others are just trying to meet you where you're at. But you may feel like disconnected from people at times. It's weird to explain. You know what I'm saying. It's like feeling disconnected, but connected to everything all at once. But just know hope and possibilities. The future is bright for you. and you have a ton of good karma. So you don't really have to worry about bad things happening or like getting hit with evil eye or anything of that nature, because you are balancing the scales. You're already living the dream as is. It's like everything's pixelated, or this is a simulation, and you've cracked the simulation basically through the knowledge and wisdom that you have. And the system knows this about you.